I have something to say and you are going to listen. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Back for another Testimonial Tuesday. So I hope you guys are doing great. You're feeling great. Ready to hear another piece of my testimony. So I do hope that these videos are encouraging you guys and just helping you guys to connect with me. There's some awesome things happening with the book, so stay tuned for that. I'll do an update video just to let everybody know what's going on with that as well. So should be a lot of videos coming soon. So this Tuesday I'm going to start out a little different. I am going to read I'm start by reading one of my poems. So bear with me. The title of the poem is I Am Free. Somewhere there's a girl in a bed crying, wondering when the jokes will end. Today she was too skinny, yesterday not pretty enough. At home she's just not good enough. Somewhere else there's a girl considering to make it all in. The pain is too much, her soul feels crushed, and the cries for help inside her head just can't be hushed. In some dorm somewhere, there's a college girl clutching her belly, in need of a friend, knowing she can't do it all alone. The father has been out of touch. Somewhere a girl is forced into adulthood, when the weight of the world just seems to be too much. Thrown into this life without a clue where to run. Somewhere there's a young lady, standing before a crowd, reciting words off a page, and every word is home for her. The way that the story is being told, she should be broken down and damaged at this point. What if I told you this is not the case at all? A year ago she met a man, and it was surely love at first sight. All those broken pieces she was holding captive in her soul, he wanted to touch them all, make her whole again. When it began, she was stubborn to his touch. Love was a word that just didn't have her trust, but he saw her word that he didn't give up. A piece of all of us is written in the lines of this story, but right before the breaking point, a decision must be made. Will we break down or will we break through? I promise you, my sister, to the pain there is an end. And in one man is where it all begins. Stretched upon that tree, he thought of you. Every tear you shed, he felt for you. The pain of all the people that hurt you, he felt that too. But while his arms was outstretched, he waited for you. So today that you could believe in you. The girl in the story is me. And since the day I met that man, I have been free. Free from insecurity, free from pain, free from the chains of the pain that's restrained me. So stand. Yes, stand and repeat after me. I am enough, and I am free. I have the power of Christ within me. The world has no say in who I can be. I am the daughter of a king that rules humanity. Society can't tell me who I should look like or how I should dress. I let go of all those crippling chains. I am free. Yay! Okay. Just joking. But yeah, so that poem, like I said, it's entitled I Am Free, and it just kind of talks about a lot of the pain I let go of once I became a Christian, a lot of change that were holding me back from being free. So like becoming a Christian, we're promised freedom. God promises to release us from the chains of sin, but it's like so much more that comes with that freedom. Like just free to be you, free to be who you want to be, free to, express yourself and just be you. So that's kind of where today's Testimonial Tuesday stems from, just wounds of our past that sometimes are hard to let go of, and I kind of just want to share pieces of my wounds and hope in the ways I release them, and hope that you guys find inspiration in that, being able to let go of some of your wounds as well. So if you want to, feel free to comment below some things you may be struggling with, like some wounds that you want to share or you want me to pray for you about or anything like that. Please comment down below or email me. I'll link my email in the video so you guys maybe could communicate one-on-one about it, and just I can be there for you, Okay, so I kind of just have some points of things I want to share about, a couple of scriptures that really helped me to understand how God wants to help me be released from some of my wounds and just things like that. So let's get started. So I have a question for you guys. What are some wounds that you have acquired over the years that may have been hard for you to let go of, or maybe you're working on letting go of right now, or maybe at the end of this video you just realized that you had something to provoke your thoughts. What are some things you've been wounded by? So I know before I start, I want to read this scripture, and it's Psalms 147:3, and it reads, and when I get there, I'm trying to be all legit this week and actually have my Bible and not just say stuff to y'all. I noticed I did that in the last video. But Psalms 1, and I'm reading from the New King James Version. It says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. So, like, that's self-explanatory right there. He heals the brokenhearted. I must have been brokenhearted for some of our wounds. And he binds up their wounds. So that means he's like mom putting that band-aid on your knee after you just fell from playing outside. He binds up our wounds. So I know one of my biggest wounds is my parents. Like, my mom hasn't been in my life. Like, when I was younger, that was a struggle for me because I heard a lot of people talk about how their dad was absent, but it was different for me because I did not meet many people that talked about their mom being absent. Most people had their mom in the house with them. She may have been a single parent, but she was there. So that was a big struggle of mine growing up, still to this day, because I still feel like an absence. You know, God, of course, God feels that because He is my ultimate parent. But I'm not gonna lie and say like, oh yeah, every day I'm so happy because I got God. No, there's days where I'm like, dang, I wish I had my mom where I could talk to her about how I'm feeling about this, or just wanting to, you know, get that motherly bond, that motherly relationship. It does cause a big disconnect from me. And then also, I know a lot of people struggle with not having their dad there. While my dad has been present for most of my life, he's been disconnected. So that was a big struggle for mine as well, just having the struggle of knowing my dad lives in the same city as me, or, you know, for the 2 years that I live with him in the same house with me, but he's not really there. He's not really being a dad. So I think that caused a lot of heartache and disconnect from me, especially trying to start relationships and have like positive male interactions or relationships. That was something hard for me to do, and something I'm still learning to do, because I have this like innate fear of men. Like, so a lot of guys that I meet, I'm not comfortable like just connecting with. I have like this off guard attitude, and it's something I've been working on. I have grown in it a little since I became a Christian, but sometimes it's still hard. Like, I don't like to be alone in a room with a man. Like, if I'm in an elevator with just a man, I'm probably really uncomfortable. And it stems for a lot of other things too, but mostly just not knowing how to interact with the male positively, I think. So I know those are two of my, one of my biggest wounds. Because this year I realized, like, for as long as I thought I had forgiven my mom, and this year thinking about a couple of things made me realize that I haven't. It's just because I've never had that connection with her. I've never seen her. I've never talked to her. I mean, there's times I think they told me when I was little that I met her, but I just don't remember it because I was so young. But I think one of my goals for this year is to meet my mom, and whatever happens, I'm hoping that it gives me that last like push to truly forgive her for not being there. So I think this next for me is relationships. I'm not only talking about like intimate relationships, but just like any like friendships, yeah, all relationships. So it's just like I know for me sometimes it's really hard to have genuine relationships with people, because like for the longest I believed like everyone at some point was going to leave me. They were going to walk out of my life and be gone. So I never for a while I didn't let people get close to me. Like I would start a relationship with someone, but in the back of my mind, I told myself, well, they're going to leave soon, so there's no point in attaching yourself to them, Kiki. And it was my way of avoiding heartbreak. So I'm just like, we can be friends. But yeah, like relationships. I always had like a doubt in the back of my mind that people were just going to leave me. So I think it still was a little while after I became a Christian that I was like, it's okay to have friends. And even then, I was like, I had this false hope that like everybody's gonna be my best friend. Like, and I know some relationships where I even try to like force myself on people because it was less like, okay, this is some person that's like been really good to me, so I can call them best friend. And that's not how best friendships work. So, and I even know, and I didn't realize that it was a struggle that quite a few people have, because I know there's like a teen at my church, and she was just open about that, how she's just yearning for a best friend as well, and how she kind of just tries to force it. And I think I was able to be blessed with genuine friendships, and I realized that like it's okay to have good friends. Like everyone doesn't have to be your best friend. Just having your go-to people that you know you can depend on. You ain't gotta talk to them every day. You don't gotta be around them 24/7. Like, it's okay. They're still gonna be your friend next time you see them. Like, I think that's something I really had to realize. And then, of course, guys, it's just a whole another subject. We probably gonna have another testimony Tuesday on that one. But just in the gist, like, I had a lot of unhealthy relationships before I was a Christian and after. Because still, it's not like some magic potion, some magic light turns on when you become a Christian that says, oh yeah, this is how you're supposed to date in the kingdom. No. So you bring most times we bring some of that worldly stuff into our kingdom relationships, and it doesn't turn out right. Or, you know, we have this false hope of like, okay, if he isn't a Christian, I can, you know, love him to God and then he'll be my husband. No, that is not how it works. And then also being careful with guys that still claim to be Christian, because most of them just claim it. So it's just, I think once I got to the point of trusting God truly and not trying to make my own thing happen, that's when it became the easiest for me, which is probably like last month, to be real. So it's just like, you finally get to that point, so you're like, okay, God, I can't do this. It's not working with me. What you got? And then, one thing that I did was, I was like, okay, God, I want to focus on me and you. I want to be in the best relationship I can be with you, and whatever happens after that, you got that. I'm purity journal, where I'm just like journaling every day, and it helped me realize that purity isn't only sexual, it's a mental thing. Like, you have to have a purity mindset, like being pure in your thoughts, being pure in the way you communicate, being pure in the way you dress, being pure in the way you act. Like, it's more than just sex, it's a total mindset. So I think that's something that's really helped me come over that wound, is doing the purity journal. So I also have a little sister who's doing like a purity challenge on Facebook, or like self-worth, I think that's what she's calling her self-worth journey. I'll talk about that a little bit more, and also link it for you guys so you can take a look at it. And sometimes I think the next thing I want to say is like, so most times we cause ourselves wounds, self-inflicted wounds, like because we take so much time comparing ourselves to others or trying to be like the girl next to us, when it's causing us more harm than it is help. And I think one scripture that really stood out to me when I was thinking about that is says, the Lord is near to those who have a broken heart and saves such as have a contrite spirit. So it's like God right there. All the nights you crying, all the nights you don't know what to do, you can't get no sleep, he right there. He waiting on you. He said, girl, I already know what's going on. I just want to hear from you. And I think that really helped me a lot, just being open with God. Be like, God, I'm hurt. I'm mad my mama not here right now. I'm mad my daddy didn't answer my phone call. I'm mad that blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is, he does. And that's so cleansing, just being able to be real with God. So, so I think sometimes our own wounds come from like low self-esteem, or not understanding our worth, or not being our biggest fan. Because most times the world's not going to cheer you on. Most times you're going to have to tell yourself, I can do this. I look good. I'm great. Like, all things. Because the world's just not going to be there to give you a high five every day. I think another big wound of mine is just from the world, just listening to things that are portrayed from the world that says like I'm not good enough, or beauty, wealth, education, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy enough. Like all those like slashes, like they hurt, and it takes a lot to realize that we are worth something. We don't have to listen to what they say. Like God outlines it for us. It's crazy. Like if you like take time to actually study out the word and study the Bible, God outlines everything for us. So it's not saying that I don't still deal with like insecurities, because I do. But it's just once I finally realized that like I don't have to let those insecurities control me, it was so much different. So I think another big one for me is just losing people that are close to me. So I think before I was like 18, I had never known what it was like, felt like to lose anybody. Like there was nobody in my family that like really, really close to me that died. Of course there's people that died, but it was just like they weren't close to me, so it didn't really like hurt. So I think the biggest one, the first one, was my son. And if you've been following my blog or Facebook or any part of my life, you know that 2 years ago I lost my son. And just a little bit into that, I was like 8.5 months pregnant, and one day I went to the doctor and his heart just wasn't beating. So it was just like, I think that was the biggest time I had ever felt lost. And it was hard, because it was like I was battling with like actually accepting that I was about to be a mom. So I was dealing with like, can I do this? Do I really want to do this? Like, and then I finally got to a point to where I was like, okay, God, it's me and you. We're gonna figure this out. And I wasn't even feeling like secure in my in his dad at the time. Like we had a great relationship, but at that time I didn't feel secure. Like I wasn't sure. So I felt a little lost. I felt alone. I was like, oh Lord, here I am now. I was be another single mom and different things like that. So it's just losing people. And then right after that, this December, I lost my grandma. And that was really hard for me, because I was like, my mom, she raised me for like the first 5 years of my childhood. So it's like I was really close to my grandma. Like she used to always tell me, you my favorite grandchild. And I took that and ran with it. So I think sometimes losing people causes wounds too. So I think the biggest thing is figuring out ways to overcome these. And I feel like the first thing on that list is building a relationship with God. So if you don't have a connection with God, a strong relationship, it's easy to fall victim to our wounds. So when you're feeling like, oh, my parents, or oh, these relationships, or oh, my insecurities, because you're probably lacking somewhere in your relationship with God. So just finding a point where you can kindle a relationship with God. Because I think about Jesus the most. Like his whole life, he knew he had to die. Like he was walking around every day knowing that I'm walking to my death. And it's different for us, because like we know we're gonna die, but we don't know we don't know the extent of it. We ain't doing it for other people. He had his whole world. He was like, so I knew there was like pressure on his shoulders, but he was one with God. So it's just like, all right, God, if you say so. And that's how we should be in life. Like, okay, somebody called me fat today. Okay, God, let's keep moving. Or someone called me ugly, or my hair isn't the best, or whatever the world throws, it's just like, okay, thanks, bye. God helped me, and then you move on. So it's just learning to deal with the wounds is the biggest thing. So, and it takes time. It's not something that's gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and feel like this superhuman person. It takes time. And I think praying about it and sharing with others really helped me a lot. Like, just sharing my testimony helped me realize how much hurt I had, or how much things I was dealing with, or how much people had the same thing in common with me. And then them hearing my testimony is just like, oh wow, like, how did you deal with that, and how are you getting through that? And it just like gives you this new set of passion, like, oh, I can change people's lives with these wounds. Like, they don't have to hinder me, they can help others. So, like the point of my video, I'm hoping by me being open and sharing with you guys are able to realize some of your wounds and heal. So, and I feel like finding a way to uncover and treat the wounds is very important. So when I was writing Every Tear for a Silent Prayer, I was like really releasing a lot into that book. So that's why it really means so much to me, because I know that I exposed a lot of myself in that book, but it was a journey of healing for me. Or I think my little sister, she's doing this Facebook challenge where she created a page on Facebook just every day where she shares a journey to where she's trying to find her self-worth. And I'll link her Facebook page below for that, so you guys can give it a read if you like. It is really encouraging just seeing how open she is every day about things she's dealing with, and it can really, it's really inspiring others, just reading the comments and listening to her talk about people that are messaging her about how inspiring it is. So it's just like finding your thing that's going to help you uncover and treat those wounds. But most of all, I think number one is God. So that's what's to be it for today, guys. I hope I didn't talk too long or bore you guys, but I just really wanted to be open and share some of the wounds I've realized I had, and hopefully help you guys to uncover yours as well and begin to treat them. So thank you guys for watching. Of course, subscribe, like, share, tell somebody about it, and we'll be back. I'll probably post a couple more videos this week, later in the week. Like, you guys can kind of preview. I want to do an update video with everything that's happening with Every Tear is a Silent Prayer, because there is a lot of exciting things going on with that. So I'm going to do an update video and probably share like a little piece of the book to give you guys a little snippet of what's in there. And also, I'll be back next week for another Testimonial Tuesday. So it's my goal. Try to do one every week, so y'all stay on top of me. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, share with others. Also, please follow us on all social media. Everything will be linked below. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I love you guys. See you next time.